Hi, everyone. My name is Cara. If you don't know me, I'm with Savvy Real Estate. I'm a new agent in the Clearwater, Seminole, Largo, Florida area. I'm so happy to get to talk to you guys today. I'm so excited to be part of Tyler's team, and it's been a great experience so far being part of Savvy. I just want to tell you a little bit about myself before I get started here. I have been an investor in short-term rentals myself for the last 8 years. I do own properties in the Seminole Largo area, and I'm really passionate about it. I was a realtor in Wisconsin, and now I'm a realtor in Florida. And I get to help all people interested in STRs, so it's definitely a great experience. I am going to start my screen. Okay. So I like to also know if anybody wants to throw anything in the chat here. I will answer any questions you have. If anybody wants to just let me know who you are and if you are a current investor in STRs and where you invest, that is always good for me to know to get started here. What I'm going to talk to you about today pertains to any market in STRs. The things are different in different markets, as in how you do them, but the concepts are all the same. Let me just share my screen here. Okay. Sorry, guys, technical difficulties here. I'm just going to start sharing my slideshow for you. Okay, cool. Here we go. So today we're going to be talking about how to win in any STR market with design and marketing. I really think design and marketing are the key to profit. I think you can have the property and not have the right marketing and design, and it will not perform as you would hope it would. So I think there it is definitely a key to a successful property. And I've done that with my own, and I've seen it in action. So I'm super excited to talk about it. So my name is again Cara Truckey. I'm an investor and now a realtor with Savvy. So again, super happy to be here. I'm part of the STR Savvy EXP team, and these are all the agents I get to work with in so many markets. So again, if you're not in my market, there's a great agent that we probably have in your market that you're looking for that I would love to help you find too. Okay, so why STRs are more than just vacation rentals? So I backstory, I started in long-term rentals, so I started investments that way, and I really saw how STRs can outperform a traditional rental. It's definitely hospitality based. It's a totally different avatar, and there's a lot of profit and cash flow, high cash flow. Um, Many high performing STRs started as like overlooked, undervalued properties. For instance, first property we bought in Florida was a had blue carpet, wallpaper all over the walls, sat on the market for a long time in 2020 even, was a three-bedroom, two bath, um, but it was 2,800 square feet. So we bought that property, renovated it, designed it, and now it's a five-bedroom, three-bath home. So really finding opportunities in properties that other people overlook. Um, that is what I think is key. So how do we identify overlooked properties? Again, seek underperforming or undervalued listings. Consider locations, features, or untapped demand in certain locations, or leverage data. and we leverage data, occupancy, nearby attractions, and guest demographics. So, in that sense, all of us savvy agents, we are trained. A lot of us are investors ourselves. So, we are here to help you find that data. So, that is one thing working with us. Like, we can help you find your occupancy or why do people come to this market? And who are the guests traveling to this market? So, these are all things that, without knowing a market, we will guide you through. Okay, so who is your ideal guest? It really depends on your market. Is it families, couples, remote workers, vacationers? You need to understand the wants, comfort, the amenities and design and location that go along with that. Who's traveling to your market? And align that property experience with their needs. And I think this is where marketing comes into play. I think that a picture is worth a thousand words. And that first picture you have on your listing, it's drawing that guest in and they're clicking on your property. Are you showing a picture that's attracting that guest avatar? For instance, in my market in Seminole Largo, the people that are booking are usually the moms and they're booking for generational families or their family. They have kids, they need to keep busy and they want to also be able to relax themselves. So what is that first picture that mom's going to have that feeling like I'm going to be on vacation, I get to relax, and my kids are going to have a blast. There is markets, say Scottsdale, Arizona. Scottsdale, Arizona is a huge bachelorette market. So a lot of times that first picture is a get ready station of girls doing where girls can do their hair before they go out or like that first picture needs to attract the guest that you're trying to attract. So, interior experiences that attract guests. So, you definitely need to. So, I would say in 2020, when Airbnb was wild, COVID was happening, anybody could survive on Airbnb. You would have the beautiful house, or even say the house I live in, like, it's very organic looking, a lot of white, earth tones that would work in Florida in 2020 because everybody was going, everybody was traveling. Um, and now it's Airbnb and vacationers have become sophisticated. They want the experience, they want that draw of a vibe that they're searching for. So you want it to be comfortable and functional, but you also want to attract that guest with visual design. And a lot of us STR agents, we do have designers we work with, and guidance we can definitely share in that sense. You don't have to have a design eye. There's definitely people that do a wonderful job at that, but that is how you're going to get that high daily rent and high occupancy is by really designing it to the best. So, like, for instance, like wall murals and wallpapers and lots of lighting, things like that. So, strategy is to get booked fast. Again, this is like that one picture people see. It's that picture that makes them click on your listing. Strong photography, standout descriptions. Number one, I have tried a few different photographers in my market. Photography is so key. So, like having the right photographer, there's a few wonderful STR photographers people. I know some of us agents have local ones that we've really been drawn to, but those pictures, again, thousand words. So definitely, it's worth having the right person. So also, like the experiences and features, you want that to be really top of mind, I guess. So having those like in the first five pictures of your Airbnb listing, having them really laid out right at the top of the description. Some people, their eyes need to be caught right away. If they have to look too hard to find what you're offering, they'll go on to another listing. Um, so marketing also across Airbnb, VRBO, social media, email. Um, one thing with marketing too, on once you have the design and the marketing, we will start an Instagram page, for instance, for a property and brand it. So say one our newest property is called Sapphire Sands. Sapphire Sands has an Instagram page and we post content to that page. You can also do target emailing to prior guests and such like that. And also, people love to see the process. So if you are buying a property that needs renovations or even the design process, documenting that, having somebody help you with like documenting the process is really intriguing to people and it builds curiosity. And then number four, smart pricing, competitive and dynamic. On top of if you have the great pictures, you have the great design, and you're still not performing, this is exactly where I look. Do you have that dynamic pricing? For instance, in my market in Florida, right now in September, October is a low season. September would be like the lowest month of the year. What I'm charging during the week in September is way different than what I'm charging in March, May, June, July, all the months that are peak. So, and the weekdays are always lower than the weekends. So, and then in minimum stays, and I use tools like Price Labs. There's a wheelhouse to do that. And there's great resources we can send you to on that. These are all things that we have people for. But if this is something, one of these things is something you want to take on, and we can definitely give you the resources to do that also. How to design and market, drive revenue. So finding the right property. So the property also matters, where the location matters. And us savvy agents are definitely going to make sure we send you properties that we know can perform as you add design, marketing, and so on and so forth. So if we find a property that we send you that it may look like it's from 1980s, we're going to help you show you that that plus design and great photos is going to get you the bookings and the revenue. So together you'll have higher occupancy, stronger reviews, and lasting ROI. This is actually my most recent property in Largo that I own. This property was it actually got listed the same day we put an offer in and purchased it. So really good deals do come, and then there's ones that sit on the market that you can make a good offer on also. This property is a four bedroom, and the key to this property is it had a 0.3 acre lot. In Florida, amenities are key. Having the outdoor space that really attracts people. So having a bigger lot is really what I look for. Um, and the space inside also. So before, as you can see in the left, um, it wasn't in a bad shape. This house actually had really good bones. A lot of cosmetic updates needed to happen and adding some outdoor amenities. Taking the pool cage down. So this is a design decision which may not make sense to those that live in Florida. Pool cages are wonderful for keeping bugs out and all the things. But as you can see on the right, the wide open, airy picture without the pool cage is way more attracting than the pool cage. It just makes you feel like you're in an open space versus caged in. So we really wanted to attract a luxury stays with and also gearing it towards the mom who would be booking it. So actually right now on the right, our front picture on Airbnb is the fire pit with a hot tub. Um, I change it seasonally sometimes too. Right now it's going to be a little cooler December, January. So people are going to be using the fire pit and the hot tub will be used. And when I'm trying to track bookings for June, July, August, I'm not using that picture. I'm using something by the pool showing that space first. And as you can see, we kind of carry the theme. If um, if you're interested, I can send you guys a link to this listing. The property has this green, black, and brown vibe. So we did paint the outside wall. You can kind of see that in the bar area. It's got this black and white design. We worked with a designer on this property. It was wonderful. They did a wonderful job. So we took this property from what it was to this, and now we're getting peak rates and peak prices. So key takeaways that I guess I would like everybody to know from this is to just spot overlooked properties with potential. Again, there's one right now that I know of that's priced a little high, but has great potential. If we can get those sellers down in price, I think great property. So just keep your eye out. Also, like if it's a three bedroom, two bath, for instance, that has 2,500 square feet, then I would say like you could probably make another bedroom. So don't always just look at the beds and baths. Um, so if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. Okay, so Yash asked, how do you decide how to invest in marketing if you hire a social media and if you, how much to invest in social media manager? Um, that would be based on, if you're doing it for the property, I would add it to your projections. Um, I do have a VA that helps me with that. Every savvy agents, we could definitely help you with a resource for that. There's different services you can use if that's something you want to offload. So we could definitely help chat about that. And then thank you, Lou, for sending that listing. I also can send if anybody wants to reach out to me directly. I here is my QR code. Book a call with me. Here's my phone number. Text me. I can send you some more before and afters I have of my own. Again, and if you're in a different market, I'd love to help you refer to another agent too that could help you find something like this. I do think people, if you are, us savvy agents do have contractors we work with. We have like all the photographers, construction, a lot of these resources we can help you and guide you to for the project and even project management. Sapphire Sands Instapage. I can send that out later. If you text me, I can get that to you. I also will send, if anybody's interested, I do have properties I own in Wisconsin. I can send you those. I do think adding, again, amenities that attract the guests you're attracting. We're doing a really cool outdoor fire pit with like a porch swing on it. Um, I think Tyler has some awesome stuff of design Ashita has done at properties. Um, Definitely check out her page. I think the biggest thing I want to get across today is that you don't have to have the property that's already ready with this that just needs design. You can change the property to become what you need it, and the return is huge. It's worth investing in the design because your return on investment will be so much larger. Does anyone have any other questions? I have a property in Houston. How do I find out what amenities are going to be most profitable? Um, so what I would say um, is that having a savvy agent help you and look in the market, if you do have AirDNA, looking at an Airbnb and seeing what people are doing. I actually, one of the things I love to do um, is look in other markets. So in a market like mine too, people are adding a lot of amenities and they're doing this a lot of the same thing, right? Pickleball court, outdoor bowling, fire pit. So I added an outdoor movie theater to mine recently because not as many people had outdoor theaters. But by doing that, I looked in another market. So I tend to look to other markets that are also beach-ish and look and see what kind of amenities they're doing outdoors or inside that are attracting the same kind of guest I would like to attract. That makes sense. If you have any more questions, Mirza, I would love to help you out too, and I can help guide you more. Does anybody have any other questions? Sue, what market are you in? Okay. Are you by the lake in Michigan, Sue? Okay. You want to invest in Florida. Okay. Um, in my market, so Indian Rocks Beach is a great place you could find a condo in. I would say the biggest, I guess, guest avatar in my market is families traveling in groups, so generationally. So I would say a home is probably the best to invest in. Yeah, no problem. Well, thank you everybody for joining. If anybody does have any more questions, though, definitely scan the QR code, book a time with me, reach out to me. My phone number is there, and I really appreciate everybody joining. Thank you.